history tells us anything, it's that religious faith can withstand just about any test.
The history of every major religion includes stories of how followers have faced open opposition and conflict. In some cases, the opposition has been quite violent.
Buddhism is no exception. As you will see in the following CNN report, in our own time, Buddhists in Mongolia have suffered at the hands of the communists.
But today, with the collapse of the Soviet Union, Buddhists are working to re-establish their faith as a cornerstone of Mongolian society.
Osor is 88. He's been a Buddhist monk for half a century. Years so bleak they would try the faith of even the most devout believer. Now, at the end of his life, Osor is convinced the suffering was worth it to see Buddhism reborn in Mongolia. When Osor was a child, there were thousands of Buddhist monasteries in Mongolia and tens of thousands of monks. Then came 70 years of communist dictatorship. Most monks were executed or imprisoned. The Soviet-backed government allowed only one, the Ganden Monastery in Ulaanbaatar, to remain open. Today, the Mongolians are suffering through the wrenching dislocations caused by the collapse of communism here. But they are being sustained by a revival of their ancient and long-repressed religious heritage. Free now to worship, the faithful are again flocking to Ganden, and the 120 other monasteries reopened since 1990.
I know a lot of the old monks were executed. I am so happy to see the revival of religion.
Today, the monks are again reciting the Buddhist prayers and carrying out rituals banned for most of the century. For all those who lived through the years of repression, the outpouring of faith is a demonstration of the resilience of the human spirit.
Religion is what is inside people. The communists destroyed the monasteries and killed or jailed the monks. They banned people from going to the temples. They banned people from talking about religion. But they couldn't ban what was inside people's hearts, and so religion did not die.
At a religious school, a new generation is learning the old rites. Opened after the democratic changes in 1990, this is the only educational institution in Mongolia combining religious instruction with conventional classwork. There are courses on the Buddhist scriptures and traditional Mongolian writing, which is being revived after having been replaced by Russian script during the years of communism. And there are courses on math, history, and English.
Our students learn the basics of religion and get a good education. Bringing them up this way in accordance with our traditions and customs is helpful for our whole country.
Because of the religious resurgence, the demand for places is so great, the school has been forced to turn down all new applicants. The 80 students currently here, ranging in age from 7 to 15, will study for 8 years. Many will join older monks like Osor at the monasteries, a throwback to pre-communist days when 1 out of every 3 adult males was a monk.
For Mongolia to be Mongolia, to revive our traditions and values, it is necessary to revive religion.
Indeed, with the disappearance of socialist ideology, Buddhism is becoming more than just a religion here. It's become part of the national identity. Mike Chinoy, CNN, Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia.
Faith is a hard thing for a government to destroy. During their nearly 70 years of rule, the communists closed monasteries and imprisoned and executed thousands of monks. Yet Buddhism is still alive in the hearts and minds of Mongolians.